My natural state is an outsider, and no matter what group I'm in or where I am, I've always felt like I'm outside the group, and I've always been analyzing the group. The late 90s almost forced me to identify myself as a value investor because I thought what everybody else was doing was insane. I don't believe anything unless I understand it inside out. And even if I understand something, it is not uncommon that I disagree with accepted view, even if it's a Nobel laureate. People want an authority to tell them how to value things, but they choose this authority not based on facts or results. They choose it because it seems authoritative and familiar. And I am not, nor ever have been, familiar. Everything I do in investment is just very different. I just really like to find my own ideas. I hated discussing ideas with investors, because then I become a defender of the idea, and that influences your thought process. I think a lot of funds get their ideas from Wall Street. I just like to find my own ideas. I read a lot of news. I just follow my nose. Buffett was too popular for me. I won't ever be a kindly grandfather figure. If you are going to be a great investor, you have to fit the style to who you are. I have always believed that a single talented analyst working very hard can cover an amazing amount of investment landscape, and this belief remains unchallenged in my mind. I don't take breaks in my search for value. There is no golf or other hobby to distract me. Seeing value is what I do. Read every line item until you get it. It is ludicrous to believe that asset bubbles can only be recognized in hindsight. When Samsung Electronics stock hits tangible book value per share, buy it, period. No more analysis needed. Fresh, clean water cannot be taken for granted. Buying up water rights did not make a lot of sense to me unless I was pursuing a greater fool theory of investment. I'm not making a bet against a bond, I'm making a bet against a system. What you want to watch are the lenders, not the borrowers. The borrowers will always be willing to take a great deal for themselves. It's up to the lenders to show restraint, and when they lose it, watch out. I'm building breathtaking sandcastles, but nothing stops the tide from coming and coming and coming on the pressure he felt while waiting for the housing bubble to burst. I have a job to do, make money for my clients, period. But boy, it gets morbid when you start making investments that work out extra great if a tragedy occurs. One of the oldest adages in investing is that if you're reading about it in the paper, it's too late. Not this time, on how obvious the housing risks were. For any stocks going parabolic, reduce positions almost entirely. I continue to believe it is possible we are near a major top and possibly a 1987 type fall. History tells us that even if the party goes on for another week, month, 3 months, or year, the resolution will be to much lower prices. The idea is to raise cash and prepare to put it to work when it makes more sense to do so. Shorting is not the answer. It is not something most people should ever do. Right now, it is expensive, in general, to buy put options, and directly shorting stocks can still cause significant pain. An easier way for most is to simply reduce exposure to stocks, to tech stocks in particular. When the market goes up on falling volatility, it forces vol-targeting funds to leverage up and brings leverage from other momentum strategies into play. Alibaba would need to fall about 50% before he would consider buying the stock again. So, at Elon Musk? Yes, I'm short Tesla, but some free advice for a good guy. Seriously, issue 25-50% of your shares at the current ridiculous price. That's not dilution. You'd be cementing permanence and untold optionality. I'm not a believer on the broader market rally. I met my wife through Match.com. My profile said, I am a medical student with only one eye, an awkward social manner, and $145,000 in student loans. She wrote back, "You're just what I've been looking for." She meant honest, so let me be honest. Making money is not like what I thought it would be. This business kills the part of life that is essential, the part that has nothing to do with business. For the past 2 years, my insides have felt like they've been eating themselves. All the people that I respected won't talk to me anymore except through lawyers. I didn't offer transparency. I provided one quarterly report in letter form. That was all you got. I basically demanded that if you're going to invest in my fund, you need to accept my terms. My positioning with my investors was always, I need 3 to 5 years. It was as if they took one swimmer in the Olympics and made him swim in a separate pool. His time won the gold, but he got no medal. I honestly think that's what killed it for me. I was looking for some recognition. There was none. Sometimes markets err big time. Markets erred when they gave America Online the currency to buy Time Warner. Opportunities are rare, and large opportunities on which one can put nearly unlimited capital to work at tremendous potential returns are even more rare. If one has been playing the buy and hold game with quality securities, one has been exposed to a substantial amount of market risk because the valuations placed on these securities have implied overly rosy scenarios. When I stand on my special issue intelligent investor ladder and peer out over the frenzied crowd, I see very few others doing the same. The borrowers will always be willing to take a great deal for themselves. It's up to the lenders to show restraint, and when they lose it, watch out. In essence, the stock market represents 3 separate categories of business. Those with shrinking intrinsic value, those with approximately stable intrinsic value, and those with steadily growing intrinsic value. The preference always would be to buy a long-term franchise at a substantial discount from growing intrinsic value. I think a lot of funds get their ideas from Wall Street. I just like to find my own ideas. Early on, people invested in me because of my letters, and then somehow after they invested, they stopped reading them. There is all this opportunity, but so few active managers looking to take advantage. If you are going to be a great investor, you have to fit the style to who you are. I have always believed that a single talented analyst working very hard can cover an amazing amount of investment landscape. It is ludicrous to believe that asset bubbles can only be recognized in hindsight.